All right, just give me the word when we are going. Awesome. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Midwest Motorsports, the 2021 Cup Series season. It's race number 17 of 24 on the year for these drivers. And more importantly, it's the first of 8 races here in our chase for the championship. We're going to be at the virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway, and it's even more of a fantasy track than usual, as this is the old configuration for Atlanta. This track was just reprofiled since the last Cup race here, but we are still on the old configuration out in Hampton, Georgia. It's a 1.54 mile quad oval, with the turns banked at still 24 degrees for now. The reprofile will bring it up to 28 and make it more of a super speedway style race, but we're still here on the old 24 degree banking. 5-degree banking on the straightaways, and it's a warm day here in Atlanta. It's 49 in real life, but here in iRacing, it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit. The track is a hot 119 degrees Fahrenheit, and on this rough, old Atlanta surface, you're going to hear me talk about the heat and tire wear a lot as we head through the race. The humidity up at 51%. Hope you can breathe in this hot Georgia air. Partly cloudy, 5-mile-an-hour winds, and a couple of stories shaping up here for our Midwest Motorsports Cup Series. The chase begins today, and our regular season champion was Matt Dyer in the number 99 on the strength of his 5 checkered flags, and he will come into the chase as the points leader, but now it's by a narrow 5-point margin over number 83, Carl Lindstrom. So we'll keep an eye on Dyer as he looks to back up his championship lead. And again, here it's the whole talk at Atlanta all the time is always about tires. The tire fall off here is so famous, and even just 4 or 5 laps on your tires will lose you a couple of tenths of a second. And we'll see drivers having to make decisions about whether to take tires. If there's a caution and they just got tires, should they come back in? Or if we go green, as our Xfinity Series race did yesterday, we'll have drivers asking, should I short pit? Should I take a risk on fuel mileage to have better tires to try to run better times around here? Now, it's the Gen 6 Cup car, and it's a bit of a slower car with a lot of grip, but that is tied against Atlanta's surface here that has very little grip on this gritty track. So one of the keys of the race is going to be to find your groove, and you can't be afraid to look around the track to find a better one and look for clean air. And so you'll see drivers running all over this racetrack. Maybe you'll see them down on the bottom, and maybe you'll see them using the cushion up at the very top to try to get around here faster. So we've got our 12 chasers decided, and they'll have a classic chase-style championship where we'll run these final 8 races, and whoever scores the most points in those, plus their bonus points that they start with for their regular season performance, will be your champion. So Matt Dyer, with his 5 wins and 2 poles, he comes in at 1,007 points. And right behind him is Carl Lindstrom in the number 83. He'll be 5 points back. He got a couple of bonus points from his 3 victories during the season. Third place in running the league is the number 15 of Eric Thaler. He's just 7 points back, and he won at the Roval. In the 4th spot in points coming in today, definitely one you should keep an eye on, is the 31 of Brent Brevak. He's 9 points back from Dyer for the championship lead, and he did win 1 race earlier in the season, and that was right here at Atlanta Motor Speedway back on October the 10th, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s birthday. So we'll see if Brent Brevak can win here on Roger Penske's birthday, too. And our other chasers In the 5th spot will be Anthony Castor, who won the Xfinity race here yesterday, his first Midwest Motorsports victory. And he's just 10 points back from the championship now, so as he's finding his footing, maybe he can make a championship bid here. And then we'll have Jason Huffman in the 29, John Bates in the number 27, James Bowles, your most recent winner, 2 weeks ago at Talladega. He got his first checkered flag of his career, and lots of people were picking on him in the Discord, telling him that he's probably still down at the start-finish line, kissing it. And then in the 9th position in points, and a bit of a story, Brandon Dandino in the 96 will be absent today, and he's elected to use a provisional, so that means he'll score last place points today, despite his absence. And then finally, we got 3 more chasers, the 18 of Josh Anderson, and then the 86 of Ben Litherland, your defending champion. Winless this year so far. And finally, in the 87 is Robert Gast. So here we go. The pace car is bringing them around. And out in the front, we've got, I think that's, it's Michael Simia is your pole sitter in the 21. Eric Thaler in the 15. Start in second. Again, he's a chaser and a winner this season. Then Jason Huffman in the 29, another chaser. Matt Dyer in the 99, your regular season champion. Nathan Haney in the 9 was Sterling at Talladega last week and led some laps, as did Marcus Napier in the 45. James Bowles, your most recent winner at Talladega in the 85. And then Carl Lindstrom, second in the points in the number 83. And then we got Robert Gast in the 87. He was absent at Talladega, so this will be the first time I get to see him go. All right, the pace cars come in. And now Michael Simia is leading them down, and the green flag is in the air. Here they come down in to the first corner through the quad oval. It's not quite a tri-oval here at Atlanta because it squares out as they come across the start-finish line. A lot like the Charlotte Motor Speedway quad oval. And it looks like Simeon's going to get into the early lead. Got Thaler settled into second. Coming to the inside of him, I believe that's the 29 of Huffman. And now they're 3 wide for the second spot. That's with, on the outside, it's Dyer, and Dyer's going to take them both in turn 4. Dyer gets 2 for the price of 1, and now he has set his sights on Simia for the lead. 2 abreast from 4th place back, and now side by side for the lead as one car goes squirrely back in the pack, and now Dyer is going to take the outside up to the lead, and we see every line of this 55-foot wide racetrack being utilized already, and that's something we're not going to see on the new Atlanta Motor Speedway, as here in the corners it'll be just 40 feet wide, a lot more like Daytona. But here we are still on the old Atlanta, 55 feet wide, plenty of room for these guys to go 3, 4, maybe even 5 wide. And Dyer's leading them, but now he's under attack from Huffman. Huffman's looking down to the inside. Thaler watching this battle for the lead. It looks like Dyer is going to have the drive off at turn 4 to hang on to it for now. But Huffman right in his draft. Here's Carl Lindstrom in the 83 center of your frame. That's the black car with the blue roof, white numbers. Lindstrom, 3 wins this season. Sits second in the points. He sees Dyer up there leading, and he's saying, I got to get up there. I'm not making any points right now. And he's thinking about making it 3 wide here with, I think that might be the 31, Brevak. Brevak, your winner here at Atlanta earlier in the season. See James Bowles in the red, number 85 with the white racing stripes. Excited about that Talladega win, looking to back it up. We've had a couple of drivers win 2 races in a row this season. Dyer, in fact, won all 5 of his races within 6 events in a row. Dyer 3 in a row in that span. And Bowles has moved up to the 4th spot. Bowles is on the move. Now he's looking for 3rd. Ooh, car down to the inside. So it's Dyer, your leader, Huffman in 2nd, then Thaler, Haney, Bowles, then Napier, Lindstrom, Thornton, Simia, and Shatler. That's your top 10. Looking at the Chasers, I see Gast in the 87, is 13th, Castor in the 88, back here in 15th. Almost 3 wide for the 3rd spot here. That's Nathan Haney in the 9 in the blue car in the 4th spot. He's looking to the inside of Eric Thaler. That black and yellow number 15. Looks a lot like Clint Boyer's Rush Truck Center's car. Haney's bringing along Marcus Napier, and they've got Bowles and Lindstrom to the inside. And now Bowles, very close to making contact with Haney there, and he had to back off. That's going to cost him the spot to Napier as well, as it's going to let Lindstrom get to the inside of him as well. Still Matt Dyer out front in the 99. This is a good pack right here, fighting. Whoa, big slide from Haney. He came out of turn 2 and lost the back of the car, and that's going to cost him 3 positions here in the top 10. And he's going to fall into the clutches of this pack behind him. 3 wide, Carl Lindstrom threads through the middle. Great move from Lindstrom. It's 3 wide up here near the front of the pack, fighting for 2nd. That's Lindstrom, who went 3 wide for 2nd spot. Brilliant stuff from Lindstrom. You can see why he's fighting for the championship. See the 1, the white car of Eric Thornton. He's climbing through the field here. Lots of side-by-side. So now we've completed 11 laps. We're coming up on 10% of the race completed. And you can see Napier in the 45. He got bad loose off of turn 2 as well. And that's a consequence of this intense tire wear. This track is like sandpaper. And the amount of grip here, Atlanta sometimes gets compared to dirt tracking. And we've seen a lot of dirt track drivers be able to do well here. We've seen Tyler Reddick recently have some good runs here, and Kyle Larson. Here's some 3 wide challenging. That's Huffman on the bottom, with Thornton in the middle, and Napier on the top of the 45. And fighting for the lead, it looks like Lindstrom's going to get it away from Dyer here. Yeah, and Lindstrom leads that lap. There is a point for leading a lap, so you can give 1 to Lindstrom and 1 to Dyer. There's another point for leading the most laps on the line, which I think Dyer has so far. It's about as sorted out as it's gotten yet, but here comes James Bowles making a move. Ooh, 1 car up and into the fence. I think that was Huffman in the 29, and he's going to lose 4 or 5 spots on that deal. Gathers it back up and joins the pack again. And Bowles is fighting with the 20 of Shatler. He's got that NOS, I think it's the NOS Energy Scheme, the blue front and the orange lid. This is Simia in the dark blue car. Ooh, and he almost washes up into Thornton here in 3. Close quarters. All right, 15 laps complete for your leader, Lindstrom. And he's opening a bit of a gap now. over Dyer. Up to almost half a second. More close quarters here between Simia and Thornton. Thornton gets right to his bumper again. There's Bowles and Schattler side by side behind them. Schattler on the inside, Bowles, the red car on the outside. Schattler, ooh, Bowles got right up to the wall at the start-finish line. I'm not sure if he caught it or not, but it was close. He had to gather it back up and see the tires going away. So now they're being joined by... trying to figure out what this blue and yellow car is. Lindstrom now 0.7 of a second out in front. I believe that's the 52 of Henderson in the blue and yellow car. Moved up to the 8th spot. Looking down through the field. Lindstrom, then Dyer. Marcus Napier up to 3rd. Chris Thaler in 4th. And then this pack is Simia, Thornton, Schattler, Henderson, Bowles, and Castor. Then Huffman. And then right behind this pack, you can see the 87 of Gast and the 18 of Anderson. Oh, a car into the wall, and it's Eric Thornton in the 1. He's been climbing up through the field, but contact off of turn 2 with the backstretch wall, and he loses 5 spots in this feisty pack. The 52 of Henderson and the 20 of Schattler side by side in front here. That's Castor in the 88, and that black and white car. Ooh, he's super close to Schattler. Gonna try to pull a side draft off of him. Loses a bit of momentum off the backstretch. Oh, 3rd place, Marcus Napier has crashed on the backstretch. Napier has come down and hit the inside wall. He's gonna hit it again, trying to get going. The front end is torn off of it, and Napier was running a great race, but he is our first big victim of Atlanta. And it looks like he just lost the back end based on what the tire tracks heading down to the inside tell me. And here's Henderson into the wall again. Schattler into the wall on the 20 as well. Lots of cars getting stripes here off of the backstretch wall. And we're just 1/6 of the way through this race. A lot more racing to go. But we'll see. Pit stops. And tire changes. I don't see Dyer near the front. Has Dyer come into the pits? Dyer back to the 12th spot. Something happened to Matt Dyer, and he's all the way back to the 12th spot now. While his closest competitor, Lindstrom, leads the race. And that's a car up in the wall in turn 3 and 4. Was that Dyer? I think Dyer's taking the wall. That's the 1 of Thornton on the inside, the white car, and in front of him is the 87 of Gast, a chaser. So as 2 of our front runners have fallen out, now this big pack that we've been keeping an eye on has become the fight for 2nd place. And now Eric Thaler here in the 15 is just ahead of Simia, and then Henderson, Castor, and Bowles. Couple of chasers here in this pack. Thaler came in 3rd in the points. Castor here came in 5th. And Bowles came in 8th. So this is the fight for 2nd. Lindstrom has almost 5 seconds of lead now. over Eric Thaler in second. So Lindstrom's been able to set sail, and everybody else has been fighting side by side the whole race. Freight train around the outside. Simia on the inside. Michael Simia in the 21. From Georgia. So this is a home race for Simia. The only Georgian listed in the pack today. Here's a battle for third. It's Castor on the outside is going to try to take it from Henderson in the 52. Castor goes all the way up to the wall. And it's a fast line. You can get a huge run down the front stretch here, and he'll use it to clear Henderson this time. Now Simia looking for a way around Henderson. And Henderson trying different lines, looking for speed. Whoa, Thaler has to collect it off of turn 2, and that's going to give Castor a good run to the inside. And Castor now side by side for second spot with Thaler. Thaler, a good run on the outside now, is able to stay right with Castor. This time Castor, a good run on the bottom in turn 1 and 2. Can he get clear of Eric Thaler? They come up on the lapped car now of Marcus Napier. Napier was running third when he crashed and hit the inside wall hard. It's not going to be Marcus Napier's day as we see him heading down into the pits now. And now Castor and Thaler, their third lap side by side. Thaler not giving an inch, takes the middle lane. Plenty of space for Castor here, though. Oh, Thaler had to collect it off the wall again there. And Castor is finally going to be able to get up in front and clear Thaler, as will Henderson. So move Castor to second, Henderson to third, and Thaler back to fourth. And now here comes Henderson with a run up the inside, trying to get by Castor. And Lindstrom is still just checking out over 6 seconds of lead. And as these guys continue to fight for second, he'll just keep stretching it out, putting together clean laps. He can take his time and be careful. Still 15 of our 21 drivers on the lead lap here. And Carl Lindstrom in the 83 is leading them. Watching the fight for third now. Henderson in the 52 holds off Thaler in the 15, and then James Bowles in the 85, your most recent winner. Then it's Michael Simia in the 21. And finally, this pack that's been fighting side by side for quite a bit of the race has gotten into a straight line. Behind them is Huffman in the 29, and then Mayer in the 77, Gaston Chaser in 9th. And looking at the cars a lap down, so your points leader, Matt Dyer, has gone a lap down now. So this could be the big points day that a lot of these drivers needed. Matt Dyer has been out ahead of the points all year on the merit of his 5 victories, but it's not looking like he's going to add a 6th victory today. And, oh, here comes James Bowles. He's peeling off to come down pit lane. Looks like Eric Thaler is also going to join him on pit lane. Pretty fast coming into the pits for Thaler. We'll have to see if he got it woed down enough. Now we're looking at Michael Simia in the 21. And he's just ahead of Marcus Napier in the 45, and it looks like here comes Simia. He's slowing down like he wants to come into the pits this time. And you can see how much more speed Marcus Napier went by with. He went through the pits and got a quick repair and new tires, and that gives you an idea of how much new tires mean here at Atlanta. As we watch Anthony Castor in the 88, he comes down to pit road. Here's Henderson in the 52, and behind them is Simia in the 21. So now Anthony Castor has inherited the lead, but as he's here on the pit lane, we should see Carl Lindstrom cycle back around and take the lead. And it looks like Dyer was a lap down because he came in and short pitted. So Dyer, it looks like, is going to inherit the second spot in the 99 right behind Lindstrom. And here comes Lindstrom up the grid. Eric Thornton here in the 1 car, yet to pit. Here they come off of the pits. Focus here on the 88 of Anthony Castor. There goes James Bowles and Jason Huffman on the outside at speed. So now it's Eric Thornton out front, Carl Lindstrom in second, and Matt Dyer in third. So Dyer, after the early pit, he's going to come back into the third spot, but now he's on older tires than everyone else around him. And he's going to have to hope that something plays out for him strategy-wise, because now that he's off sequence, I expect him to be several tenths of a second slower every lap than the drivers around him. So though he's third now, I expect he'll lose a number of spots on this run, and he'll have to hope for a well-timed caution to either let him get back on cycle with the rest of these guys. So I'm not sure if Eric Thornton is pitted yet, but he's your leader right now in car number 1. Here's Carl Lindstrom in the second spot, and right behind him in the 15, that's Eric Thaler. So this is second and third position on the track. Here's a look at John Bates in the 27. Bates a chaser. Eyes back on Eric Thaler. And here's Lindstrom. And Lindstrom is closing on the 1 of Thornton fast. He's just 1 second behind. You just saw a little bit of the 1 car, that white car up ahead of him, in frame for a second. And the 1 car's in the wall up ahead of him, and into the wall again. And the 1 car, your leader, Eric Thornton, into the wall. And I think Eric Thornton's definitely stayed out on old tires, and you can see him trying to find the grip. And Carl Lindstrom's going to go by and take the lead back. Eric Thaler's going to get through as well for the second spot. As, a car goes, I think, around right behind them. Good timing. Big save. I can't tell who that is, but they made a heck of a save. So your leader is the second car, the 83 of Lindstrom. There's Eric Thornton, and he's still out here on some old tires. And I think that's the 77 of Mayer that had that save. Whoa! There's a big live save. That's the 28 of Steven Anderson. Saw the Andersons last week at Talladega doing some great tandem drafting together. Woo. That's the 7 of Chris Thaler on the... Now he's diving to the inside in that car. Just missed the chase cutoff, Chris Thaler, last week at Talladega. A couple of points he missed the cut line by. Tough luck for him. But my understanding is he's a pretty new iRacer, so to be on the cut line is a nice thing. Ooh, big run off of 2 and almost into the wall again for Thornton. We've seen Thornton collect the wall already a few times, and I think he is suffering on these worn-out tires. Here we've got, I believe that's John Bates in the 27. And he is fighting with, couldn't catch a number. But Thornton has held on to the second spot over Dyer in third. Dyer still in third, despite the older tires. Still Lindstrom right here, your leader, and he's about to put John Bates in the 27 a lap down, as well as Marcus Napier in the 45, another lap down. Lindstrom has been so smooth. He's put Eric Thaler's gone a lap down behind him. That is Anderson in the 28 has gone a lap down. Bates has gone a few laps down, so trouble for some chasers here. So now it's Lindstrom and Dyer, your top two in points. Mostly keeping it clean and leading the way here at virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just over 1/3 of the way through our 120 lapper, 43 complete. We've seen pit stops one time so far. And Lindstrom here is just driving away with this one. I think Lindstrom just wants to see it go green. He's put all but the top 11 cars a lap down so far. Very impressive drive for Carl Lindstrom. Lindstrom not a Midwesterner, he's a Northwesterner. Myself, I'm out in Phoenix, Arizona, though I'm originally from Ohio. A couple Ohioans in this race as, whoa, Eric Thornton. A big slide there. James Bowles is going to go by him. That's into the third spot, and Huffman in the 29 into fourth. So this is the battle for third, fourth, fifth, sixth on the track. There's Anthony Castor in the 88. A couple of chasers in this pack. Castor in the 88. And Huffman in the 29. Woo, big needle thread from Castor there. Right between the 52 and the 1. There was just enough room for him there, and he made it work. James Bowles in the 85, the red car at the front of that pack, another chaser. He's having a great day here after his Talladega win. So I'm curious whether this pack, especially James Bowles, now that he's separated himself from them a bit, and Bowles in third, run down Matthew Dyer in the 99 for second spot. They're all 11 plus seconds back from Lindstrom. And I believe you saw Bowles there, and I think that was Dyer out in front of him. Yeah, that's correct. So here's Bowles right on the screen, and there's Dyer just coming into the left side of your screen now. This is the 52 at Henderson we're focused on right now. Sort of a Dale Earnhardt Wrangler look on this car. He's got a good run here on Bowles. He's going to try to set up to take the third spot away from him. And now they've caught Matthew Dyer, and you can see the speed differential between Bowles and Dyer as they've closed the gap. So Dyer short pitted, and so now he has older tires than all of these cars around him. So Dyer, less fuel and tires than the pack, and we'll expect him to be the first one of these drivers to pit. Once you short pit, especially this early in the race, when you short pit on the first round of green flag pit stops, you really set yourself up for the rest of the race. You're going to be off cycle with everyone by a couple of laps. And what Dyer needs to hope is that, for one, he can hold off this pack that's snarling around him now for as long as he can. And he needs to hope that he gets lucky with the timing of his pitting. And, for example, if he were to pit and then a caution were to come out, he could very easily get trapped a lap down. Now Bowles is going to finally get by him for the second spot for good. They'll go around the outside. And now Bowles down to the middle. Kind of diamonded off at the exit. Now 3 wide for third spot here. Castor on the inside. Dyer on the outside, almost into the wall. Henderson backs off and gives them some room. I think Henderson ought to just be patient. The 99 clearly doesn't have as much speed as the rest of this pack now. So just a matter of time, I think, until the 99 falls through this whole pack. Still Lindstrom out front. Now 12 seconds adrift from James Bowles. Bowles and Castor right here, side by side for the second spot. And that should let Lindstrom just continue to check out. And all but the top 10 cars are now off the lead lap. Lindstrom putting on a clinic. Looking at Dyer here, as now he's fallen back to the 5th spot. You see him searching for grip around this racetrack. Here we are on board with Matt Dyer as he searches for grip. Watch his hands on the wheel here in 1. I bet he has to make some maneuvers. Pretty smooth here for him. You don't want to move it around too much on this track, because if you do, every time you move that wheel, you're scrubbing more of your rubber off, and you're just going to make it harder for yourself down the line. And you can see how much now these 4 cars have cleared Dyer. Dyer's fallen back into the grips of the next pack behind them. In 5th spot, followed by Huffman in the 29 and Mayer in the 77. Simia in the 21, and then Eric Schattler in the 20. In 10th is your last car on the lead lap. So 55 laps down. We're 5 laps away from halfway. And Carl Lindstrom has led the most. On the backstretch here, it's the 88 of Castor here, your second place car. That is not the leader in front of him. Can't read the number on that car, but they are 1 lap down. I think that might be the 38 of Davidson ahead of Castor. That's Les Davidson from New York. Anthony Castor, fellow Ohioan. Maybe I'll have to go pay him a visit and say hi when I get back to Ohio in April. I'm going to be heading back to Thompson, Ohio to be the announcer at Thompson Kart Raceway. It'll be big fun. Come hang out with us. I think April 30th is our first race, and a couple of Ohioans here in the race. Chris Thaler listed from Ohio, and Jason Huffman in the 29, as well as Marcus Napier in the 45. Just the one Georgian in the field. It's Michael Simia in the 21. He's still on the lead lap for now. But the way Carl Lindstrom is running, the whole pack is at risk of going a lap down. In fact, Napier now has gone a lap down. Make it 8 cars on the lead lap now. Oh, up into the wall. Ooh, and almost down into the James Bowles machine. I think that might have been the 27 of Bates, but I couldn't quite catch the number. Pretty new here at Midwest Motorsports. This is just my second race announcing, so I'm still learning all the liveries. There's Bowles, pretty recognizable in that 85. Tailing Castor. Still 12 seconds behind the leader Lindstrom. And across the line, Lindstrom is going to complete 60 of 120 laps. So we are now halfway here in the Midwest Motorsports Cup Series. Race number 1 of our chase at virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway, the old configuration. Some great close quarters racing early, and now everybody's scrapping to see who can get the most out of their tires and their fuel. It's been all green flag for the first 60 laps. A couple of incidents, but they all stayed green. Here's the 87 of Gast. Gast was absent at Talladega last week. Didn't even use his provisional, but he still made the chase. So now he's fighting for the championship. Lindstrom, Castor, and Bowles, your front three, all in the chase. Henderson, Mayer, and Simia, none of them are in the chase. Then Huffman is your last car on the lead lap in 7th spot. Eric Thaler in the 15 has stayed the first car 1 lap down for quite a while. And oh, Gast is into the wall on the entrance. I think that's turn 3. Gast caught the outside. Let's see if he has any damage. It was a pretty good hit. Pulls down a bit to the inside. There's Huffman, Bates in the 27 ahead of him. This is Anderson, I think, in the 28. That is the other Anderson. That is Josh Anderson in the 18. He's one of your chasers in that black and red machine. Here we see Eric Thaler, the first car 1 lap down. Oh, and we've got a spinner off the exit of turn 2. And the yellow is out for the first time here at Talladega. So Carl Lindstrom's going to say goodbye to his 12-second lead. Just past halfway. And, you know, the complexion of this race has been a lot like the last Daytona race I attended, which was all the way back in July. They went 80 green flag laps before they had a yellow for debris. And this one wasn't for debris. There was a spinner off of turn 2. I missed the number on it while we were racing past them. But here we go, the field bunching up. There's Carl Lindstrom in the 83. You haven't seen him for a minute. He's been checked out with the lead. You see him down on the apron there. Here we're looking back. See Marcus Napier in the black monster machine, the number 45. Looks a lot like Kurt Busch's new paint scheme. Oh, excuse me, this is Mayer in the 77. That's Kevin Mayer. He's also running Monster. All these monster cars these days. Ty Gibbs, Kurt Busch, Riley Herbst. All right, let's see if we can find out what brought the caution flag out. Here's the 29 of Huffman, and he's coming around on the apron slow, and he's going to lose it. There's even less grip down here, and it looks like he's going to hit the inside wall. That's a pretty good shot on the 29 car. And there's James Bowles, one of the top 5 cars, misses him by about a foot. Terrifying close call for Bowles there. And we've got some cars down on pit road now. I saw Bowles pull in. It's like the lead lap cars are on pit road. And now Chris Thaler here in the 7 is spun around under yellow in the tri-oval. And it looks like and Huffman, who brought out the caution in the 29 car, came in today, 6th in the points, and with the reset, he was just 11 points back from Matt Dyer, the points leader. So Huffman with the trouble. It's going to be a bad points day for him, and it's only 8 races in the chase. Can't really afford too many of these errors. And coming out of the pits, it looks like James Bowles is going to take the lead out of the pits. Carl Lindstrom, nowhere on this grid. Where is he? All the way back, listed in 11th right now. What happened to Carl Lindstrom on this pit stop? James Bowles, your winner at Talladega, now credited as your leader, ahead of Anthony Castor in the 88. And the 52 of Brenton Henderson. Henderson in that 52, all the way from, he's listed as Australia, New Zealand. I'm not sure which, is Australia a city in New Zealand? But here's your leader, Bowles. He's very recognizable. Red number 85 machine. Don't pronounce his name wrong. So regrouping here under our first caution for the Midwest Motorsports Cup Series race at Atlanta. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Eleanor, your announcer. And it's been mostly green flags. It's been all green flags until lap 63 when the caution came out. But now we are trying to line these guys up so that we can do a restart. So this is Bowles, your leader, and Castor, your second place car. And there, finally, they've picked up the pace car. So with that, there's just 5 cars listed on the lead lap right now. I don't know what happened to Carl Lindstrom, but he's listed 1 lap down right now. Lindstrom was leading by 12 seconds at the time of the yellow flag. He's right here 5th on the grid. But on the ticker, he's showing up 7th, 1 lap down. All right, lights are off on the pace car as it comes out of turn 4. And it's going to duck into the pits. And now Bowles and Castor are going to lead him down. And the green flag is out. James Bowles is going to jump into the early lead. On lap 68 now of 120 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And all bunched up again is our pack. And wow, 3 wide action back here in the pack. Castor and Bowles fighting for the lead up at the front. Ooh, almost went 4 wide here for a second. On the outside here, we see Matt Dyer, the points leader in the 99. Ooh, almost a spinner for the 28. That's Steven Anderson in the 28. Big slide coming out of turn 2, and he gathers it back up. But that's going to wear a lot off of his tires, and that can cost him 1/10 of a second on every lap from here on out. If you have a spin like that, or a near spin, and you save it, you still just end up costing yourself so much down the line. So you really got to be careful. Don't overdrive your car here. As here, wow, I watched Eric Schattler come out of turn 2 and take a big run to the outside. Excuse me, that's Tyler Schattler. Still learning the first names here. There's 3 wide. That's Schattler on the inside in the 20. Thought about 3 wide for a second there. Now he's going to get to the inside of, that's Kevin Mayer in the 77. Ooh, close quarters between them. Little side draft. And that is Schattler in the 20. He'll come right up to the left rear quarter panel of the 77 and try to push a little bit of air into that left rear tire well to slow down the 77 car. And it'll look like the 20 gets a run off of that, but really what's happening is the 77 is having extra drag added onto it, and that's going to give the 20 a chance to use more of its own speed to its advantage. There's Chris Thaler in the 7 in this pack. Was spinning under the yellow flag, has gathered it back up. Whoa, big save from the yellow car there, and oh, no contact with Schattler, and Schattler all the way down onto the apron. Wow, brilliant save from Tyler Schattler in the 20. Wow. Contact with the yellow car, I can't tell the number on that car, but after the contact, my goodness, Schattler went for a ride, and I thought there was no way he was going to save that. But Schattler only loses 2 positions on the deal. Up at the front, it's Anthony Castor in the 88. He was your winner in the Xfinity Series yesterday. That was his first win in Midwest Motorsports. Looking to back it up by getting his first Cup Series win. We run a Cup Series class and an Xfinity Series class in the Midwest Motorsports right now. And we are getting ready to add a 3rd class. I believe that's some sports car racing. Looking at Eric Thaler here in the 15. Thaler having some trouble here, several laps down, as is Gast in the 87. So a lot of trouble for chasers here today, as there's only 6 cars on the lead lap. It looks like Lindstrom has gotten by Castor to get back on the lead lap on the tail end. So now Lindstrom, who dominated the first half of this race, falls a lap down under caution. He's going to have to work his way all the way back around and catch up to the leaders the old-fashioned way, unless we get a caution. But then if we get a caution, we'll probably still, all of these drivers will come in. It's only been a couple laps, 10 laps now since we came back from the yellow flag, but even that is a lot of laps here at Atlanta, and a lot of fall off. There's Bates in the 27. Mayer in the 77. I believe ahead of them, that is Bob Baker in the 00 from California. Matt Dyer in the 99 here at the front of your frame. Your points leader coming in, but I'm not sure that he will be when we leave here today. What with Castor and Bowles being out front, it'll be close. Dyer now running in the 4th spot. Just behind Henderson and ahead of Mayer. This is the fight for the 3rd spot. That blue and yellow car, that's Nathan Haney. He's several laps down. Henderson, another blue car ahead of Haney, is the 2nd place car. Excuse me, the 3rd place car behind Castor and Bowles. 5 wins this season. Leads all Midwest Motorsports drivers. And I noticed, but I haven't brought it up yet, but actually absent here today is Brent Brevak in the 31, who was your winner here at Atlanta back in the fall. So one of the stoutest competitors at Atlanta missing today. Still Castor out front. Ooh, slide from Kevin Mayer in the 77. He is not in the chase, but he's running very well here today. Now in the 5th spot and on the tail of the points leader. And Carl Lindstrom ran such a strong early race that it put most of the field a lap down. And then had problems under the yellow. So now really, there's effectively just 5 cars here fighting for the lead. These are the 5th and 4th place cars side by side here, the 77 and the 99. Mayer's going to hold off Dyer for now. Now remember, Dyer was on older tires before the yellow. The yellow allowed him to get back on sequence with the rest of these lead lap cars. Still Castor, Bowles, Henderson out front, and then now here your 4th and 5th place drivers fight, along with Eric Thornton there in the white number 1 car. Thornton sits in 10th spot, but he's 1 lap down. Now Dyer's going to clear Thornton. Mayer trying to pick up this draft off of the 9 of Nathan Haney ahead of him. I'm excited to see, and apprehensive at the same time, to see what the new Atlanta reconfiguration is gonna be like. The goal has been to make it more like a super speedway race, like a Daytona or a Talladega or a Tiburon. Or a Texas World, if you're an old school fan like me. But it's going to be so narrow, and that's been one of the things I've loved about Atlanta forever. 55 feet wide, you have a lot of grooves to choose from. And it's going to be narrowed to just 40 feet. You'll really have to fight for room. Oh, and we've got a crash on the track. It's the 00 and the 20, and also collected is the 37. So here's the 20 of Tyler Schattler, who had that incredible save earlier, and now he's going to get a second hit from the 00. So Schattler and the 20 involved, and the caution's going to come out. As we're working lap 89 of 120. So involved in the crash, Bob Baker in the 00, Tyler Schattler in the 20. Let's see if we can find out what caused this incident. You see it happening already up ahead. The 00 and the 20 going around, and now, ooh, good thing that's virtual. And that was the 38 car of Les Davidson. Nowhere to go and piles in. So Tyler Schattler in the 20 from New England. He's collected. Bob Baker, the Californian here. Oh, almost got away with minimal damage, but that second hit from the 38. Brutal shot for Baker here in the 00. And we've got cars on pit road. All of them should be able to make it to the finish from here, so we should see everybody come in. And I bet they're all going to take 4 tires. Everybody wants to have as much rubber as possible to go fight with the leaders here. So this should lead us into our final stint, barring another yellow flag, of course. And this should get Carl Lindstrom back up into the lead pack as well. Lindstrom had gone down a lap under the previous yellow. Not exactly sure what happened to him after he led most of the first half of the race. But now, Lindstrom was able to get his lap back by passing the leader the old-fashioned way. And since he was on the lead lap, he can come back around and try to fight these guys for position this time. So here we've got to focus on the third car behind the pace car. That's the 88 of Anthony Castor. He's your leader. Followed by the 85 of James Bowles. And there's Henderson in the 52. He's run a clean race, and he sits in the 3rd spot. Then Kevin Mayer in the 77. Lindstrom in the 83 gets 5th place from Dyer under the pit stops. And Simia in the 21, listed back on the lead lap now. He must have took the wave around. Ahead of them, ahead of Castor here, looks like the 18 of Josh Anderson and the 45 of Marcus Napier. I think they're gonna take a wave around to get one of their laps back if they can. So now the lights have gone out on our Ford Mustang pace car. Now when they come back around to the stripe, they'll see the green flag. So we see those wave around cars go past the pace car. And man, with so many cars a lap down here, I expected some people to take the wave around. But boy, that is such a sacrifice at a track like Atlanta, where tire wear is the name of the game. Those drivers, Anderson and Napier, they're going to have a handful as they take these first couple laps. And they're going to have to hope that they get a yellow so that they can regroup, come back in for tires. They're definitely going to be off the pace from the rest of these guys. So it's going to be Castor in the 88 on the inside of the front row. Bowles, your most recent winner at Talladega, his first win. Can he make it 2 in a row in the 85? Row 2, Henderson in the 52 on the inside. Mayer on the 77 on the outside. And then your top 2 in points in row 3, it's Lindstrom and Dyer. And the green flag is out for Anthony Castor in the 88. And Castor rockets out of Ohio and into the lead in Atlanta, Georgia. Bowles, he's going to settle right back into 2nd spot where he's been hanging out for quite a while now. Henderson side by side with Mayer for the 3rd spot. Lindstrom looking for a way back through. Lindstrom's been the class of the field today. Now he's back in the lead pack, finally. Dyer on the outside, your points leader. He's going to get by Henderson. Henderson, a pretty tough restart here. He was on the inside of row 2. Now he's dropped all the way back to the 6th spot, as here comes James Bowles, and he's gonna threaten the lead away from Anthony Castor, as Carl Lindstrom, bad loose, might have tagged the wall on the quad oval, and side by side up here for the lead. The 85 and the 88. Whoa, big slide. I think that was the 77 of Mayer, and that's going to cost him 2 spots, 3 spots, 4 spots. Mayer falls back to 7th. As up here, Castor's going to hang on to the lead, and here comes Matt Dyer. Finally, the strategy has played out for Dyer, and he's back here in the lead pack on the same pit strategy, and he's up into the 2nd spot. So your points leader is back into contention for the win. Here's Eric Thaler in the 15 back here. Whoa, some contact, and Castor, your leader's going to go around. Anthony Castor in the 88 was your leader, but he's going to keep it off the wall and be able to rejoin the race. So Matt Dyer and Anthony Castor get together fighting for the lead. And oh no, Castor trying to collect it. He's going to get into the outside wall. He did all that great driving to keep it off the wall during the big spin. But as he's trying to get back up to speed, he's going to tag the right rear fender on the outside wall. So now Castor's right out of it. He had been leading for quite a while. And now it's Lindstrom as the 99 and the 88 get together. Lindstrom's able to sneak through the carnage. And Castor almost had that spin saved. I wonder if we can get a replay on that incident. But for now, we got a fight here on track for the 2nd spot. James Bowles in the 85. Woo, slides up in front of Matt Dyer in the 99. This is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in your picture right here. Right behind that pink spoiler of Carl Lindstrom. They are following that neon spoiler. And with just 24 laps to go, it is crunch time for these drivers. They don't want to lose sight of Lindstrom like they did on that first long run. So James Bowles, head down, focused, trying to catch back up to him. Matt Dyer, good run off of turn 2. Maybe he had to scrub a little bit there on the exit, but whew. Now Henderson right behind them. That's Thaler and Thornton side by side. They are off of the lead lap right now. They are the first 2 cars 1 lap down. Excuse me, Thornton is 1 lap down. Thaler, more laps down than that. Thaler, 4 laps down now in the 17th spot. He's one of your chasers, so tough day for Thaler. For both the Thalers, Chris Thaler also back a couple laps down. But here we go. We've got a bit of a breakaway for these front 3. Lindstrom, Bowles, Dyer. Then it's Henderson. And then Eric Thaler. And maybe Bowles, as this is the best view he's had of the back of the 83. Maybe he can learn something from Carl Lindstrom. And it looks like he's been able to keep pretty tight to his bumper. It's just 1.5 car lengths between the front 2 now. And then about 2 back to Dyer in the 3rd spot. Henderson, a half back in the 52. Now 20 to go for Lindstrom. Lindstrom, 3 wins so far this season, including the season opener at Daytona. And it's all really going to come down to who could take care of their tires the best here. And as they fight, trying to keep up with Lindstrom, every little slide they make is going to cost them time down the line. It's a pretty good run for Henderson. He's closing up on Dyer for the 3rd spot. And it looks like Dyer with a pretty good run down the front stretch there to try to track down James Bowles. Dyer mostly sticking to the outside line, where he's got some clean air, as Lindstrom and Bowles have been about a half a width of a car off of the white line. And Bowles has been staying mostly right in the tire tracks of Lindstrom in every corner. Dyer, the opposite strategy, looking to make something happen on a different line. But it's becoming a two-car breakaway at the front. Now, Bowles loses a little bit of ground there on the backstretch, and that's going to let Dyer close back in. Now about 2 car lengths between each of these front 3. Closest fight now, that for third. Dyer trying to hold off the charging Henderson, and Henderson's got a good push. Arrow from Eric Thaler behind him. And now here's Henderson looking to the inside of Dyer. Expect Dyer on the outside to get that good run down the front stretch, though. They're coming up to lap the 00 of Bob Baker, involved in that last caution. See if everybody can get by the lap car okay. Lindstrom's going to get through, and so is Bowles. Now here comes Dyer and Henderson, and Thaler, a lap down, is going to get through as well. And Bowles has gotten, whoa, as a car almost spins out right in front of them. Bowles closing back up on Lindstrom for the lead. "15 laps to go now for Carl Lindstrom. 14 laps to go. And unlike in the first part of this race, where he was clearly the class of the field, now he's got a hungry James Bowles on his tail, and Bowles with the momentum coming into this weekend, too. Thanks again for watching Midwest Motorsports Cup Series iRacing. It's race 1 of our chase, and we've got a couple of our chasers, these front 3, all fighting for the championship. It's really becoming a 2-car breakaway more and more, though, as Matt Dyer on that outside line has just not had as much speed as the 2 leaders ahead of him, who are both using the inside line. And he's had enough speed so far to hold off Henderson here in the 52, but Henderson to the inside this time, trying to find a way around. And I think Henderson had to scrub some tires off to keep off of the side of the 99 there. And I think that's mostly what has held back the 52 from making a charge past the 99. 11 laps to go at the line this time. And now it's nose to tail at the lead. So good battle for the lead now shaping up, and continuing to be a great battle here for third. Fourth place is the 77, the Black Monster car of Kevin Mayer, so he's entering the picture as well. We're going to have a 3-way battle for the third spot in a moment. The 15 of Eric Thaler, a lap down. But obviously has some speed. Looks like Mayer was going to hook up with Thaler here. They finally get all into a straight line. With 10 laps to go, that breakaway at the front has grown. And now it's Henderson to the outside of Dyer, so that's a change. Henderson had been working that inside line. Now he's going to force Dyer down to the inside and take the outside himself. And it looks like it's going to work great for Henderson, and he's finally going to get the move done for the third position. See if Thaler in the 15, though he's a lap down, we'll see if he's going to follow him around the outside of Dyer. And now Mayer in the 77 is also coming up on Dyer in the 99. That would be for the 4th spot now. And with 8 laps to go, you see the flagman holding the white flag up there. He's thinking about how it's crunch time. And taking a look at the leaders up ahead of these guys. Whoa, Henderson, pretty squirrely off the exit of 2. Still just 0.2 of a second separates your leaders, Carl Lindstrom and James Bowles. You can see him a bit out ahead of this fight. Still tighter back here. But pretty soon we're going to switch and start looking at that lead fight, as they're going to come into some lap traffic here with just 7 laps remaining. And so with the laps clicking down, it's really important now. How well did you save your tires through this run? Did you save anything to try to get this last spot? You know, does Kevin Mayer have any tires left to try to come up here and get Matt Dyer for 4th spot? It's looking like he doesn't. He's fallen a couple of car lengths back from him over the last few laps. Whoa, Henderson, another big slide out of 2. And now Dyer's going to get right back up alongside of Henderson. Henderson will hang on to it for now, but obviously bad loose is that 52 car. So now nose to tail again is this battle for 3rd spot. Fighting for a championship is Dyer. With 5 laps remaining for him. Lindstrom and Bowles out in the front. Can we get a look at the front 2 battling here? With 4 laps to go. Ah, here they are, and it's still Bowles. Now he's just 1 car length back from Carl Lindstrom with 4 laps remaining. A pretty good run here. Off of turn 3, and 3 to go at the line, and the leaders are nose to tail. Who's going to take it? Carl Lindstrom came in 2nd in the points, and now he's got to hold off James Bowles, your most recent winner here in the Midwest Cup Series. Down the backstretch they go, and they'll just see the backstretch 2 more times now. Pretty good run through 3 and 4 for Carl Lindstrom. And that might be what wins him the race, as they have 2 laps to go now from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Looking from the inside of James Bowles, hoping for any mistake from Carl Lindstrom. Lindstrom a little slow off of turn 2 here. Bowles with a pretty good run down the backstretch. He's going to look to the inside with 2 laps to go. Bowles is to the inside of Lindstrom. He's going to have to back off though. But Lindstrom a little slip here in turn 3. Now they're going through turn 4, and Bowles has clear air in front of him. Can Bowles clear Lindstrom? Here's the white flag. James Bowles and Carl Lindstrom side by side fighting for the win through turns 1 and 2. Bowles to the inside in the 85, trying to hold tight there. He's got to get a good run off of the stretch though to keep it side by side into 3 and 4. He does. They're tire to tire as they enter turn 3. Who's it gonna be? It's a drag race. James Bowles and Carl Lindstrom, 2 of your chasers, looking to punctuate their chase with a win. Side by side, it's gonna be close at the stripe, and it's Lindstrom. Lindstrom by inches over James Bowles. Carl Lindstrom in the 83 is gonna take the victory. Wow, what a close finish. I want to see how close it was on the stopwatch. It was so tight. But Lindstrom, it looks like it was I don't have the timing yet, but wow, what a close finish. Wow, you can't ask for much more than that. A thriller here at Virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Carl Lindstrom's gonna open the chase with his 4th victory of the season. And oh my goodness, was it so close! One-hundredth of a second, the final margin of victory. Carl Lindstrom just barely kept James Bowles from his 2nd consecutive victory. Great drive from Carl Lindstrom. And very cool that they kept it clean here at the end. Lindstrom's going to hold off Bowles by just a couple thousandths of a second. Look at that. 8 thousandths of a second. Amazing racing from these drivers. Brenton Henderson in the 52, a great drive from the Aussie. He'll finish 3rd. Matt Dyer came into this race your points leader. He finishes 4th in the 99. Kevin Mayer in the 77, a great run in 5th. Michael Simia hangs on for 6th. Anthony Castor led some laps, but got caught up in an incident. He'll hang on for 7th. Eric Thornton had some incidents, but he'll come home 8th. Then Marcus Napier in 9th. Josh Anderson, one of your chasers, in 10th. Jason Huffman in 11th. Steven Anderson in 12th. Robert Gast in the 87, a chaser, in 13th. Tyler Schattler had some good runs, but ran into trouble late, and he'll end up 14th. Then it's John Bates, Eric Thaler, Nathan Haney, and Bob Baker. Oh, wow, 8 thousandths of a second is the final margin of victory here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and you're going to see that on iRacing's Top 10 highlights, I hope. So thank you so much for being here at Virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway for our Midwest Motorsports 2021 Cup Series season. The 17th race of our season, and here it is again. Here's a replay. Lindstrom in the 83 on the outside, Bowles in the 85 on the inside. Wow, so close! Ooh, you gotta love it. Wow. So Carl Lindstrom, on the day of the Daytona 500, here in Atlanta, is gonna take your victory. So we'll be back 1 week from today, and we're coming here to Phoenix International Raceway on the 27th of February. That'll be our 2nd race in the chase, and it's going to be a scorcher, I'm sure, in Phoenix. Today it is. So, thank you again so much for watching Midwest Motorsports iRacing. Big thanks to everybody who makes this possible. Eric Thaler, he was racing the number 15 today. He's our owner. He does some content and recruitment as well. Ben Litherland, your defending champion. He runs the points. Anthony Castor led some laps today, and he does the rules here for us. John Bates, he's a chaser. He does all our scheduling. Josh Watt has been here in the studio with me, running race control and feeding me some stats. Thanks, Josh. And finally, I'm Eleanor McDolna, your announcer, and I'm thrilled to have been back here for my 2nd race, announcing for Midwest Motorsports. And I hope I'll be back for race number 3 1 week from today, from Phoenix. So I'll see you there, same time, same place on Twitch, and you can watch us live. So long, everybody, from Atlanta Motor Speedway, and thank you again for watching. Have a great night, and take care.